Hello everyone. In the last lecture, we have done the internal morphology of our nautolite shells. Now, here we are going to discuss the external morphology of cephalopods. So, here we have to deal with the external parts of our shell. So, in the internal one, we have seen our chambers, body chambers, our phragmocone, protoconch, and so many other things. Here we are going to deal with the external shell. So basically here we are going to deal with the suture lines. Very important part in the external morphology of cephalopods. Alright. Now just have a brief look at the external morphology. Here we have internal look of cephalopod shell, and here we have an external look of cephalopod shell. So here in the internal morphology we can have a look that here these chambers are there, okay, and here it is the body chamber where the animal resides. All right, these are the septums, okay. Then we have the septal necks from where the siphuncle, okay, it transcends your septa, okay. So this is your septal neck, okay. Here this is your phragmocone, entire part except your body chamber. Now when we look at your external morphology, then you can have a look that in the external part you have your shell wall. What is the shell wall? Definitely the outer covering, outer layer of your shell, that is your shell wall, okay. Then definitely the opening of your shell is known as your aperture. You'll be finding an opening in the shell. This is your aperture, all right. Then the outer lining of your aperture is known as your peristome, okay, just like your gastropods as we have seen, okay. Then we have these growth lines, okay. There are small, you can have a look, these small lines are visible here. These are your growth lines, and we'll be looking at them in our next topic of ornamentations in cephalopods. Alright, so this is something about our external morphology. Now when we talk about the suture line, just have a look here. You can have a look that in the outer portion you can have these lines visible over the shell. What are these? How these suture lines are formed? Okay, in the gastropods we had seen that the suture lines were formed over there by, due to the whorls, okay. The lining between the whorls was known as your suture line. But what is happening here? Have a look. In the chambers, there are septums, okay. Now, what happens when these septums meet the external surface of the shell? It is known as your suture line. So, when these septums, okay, this is the internal part, okay, this is the internal part of your shell, and this is your external part. Now, what is happening when this septum meets the external shell or the shell wall? This is the outer covering, the shell wall of the shell. It forms the suture lines, and these suture lines can be of different types. Now let's have a look what are actually these suture lines. Okay, so when we talk about the suture lines, we have four type of different possibilities found in suture lines. Okay, so it can be somewhat like, if this is your shell, okay, this is your shell. So at first your suture lines can be simple, okay, they can be simple like this without any depressions or grooves, okay, they can be simple. Second possibility can be this one. In your suture lines there can be some grooves like this, okay, there are some grooves in your suture line, okay, just simple grooves, okay, just you have your sink lines and intake lines, something like that, okay. So these grooves are known as your saddles and lobes, okay, these are something like this. So the part, okay, the groove, or you can say the ridge towards the aperture, okay, this is your aperture, so the groove towards the aperture is known as your saddle, and the other depression is known as your lobe, okay. Have a look here, this is a suture line, okay, this is a suture line. Here, if this portion or this ridge is towards your aperture, then this is known as your saddle, and then the another depression is known as your lobe, okay. So if there are grooves found, then the aperture side depression is known as your saddle, and the other groove or depression is known as your lobe, okay. So the first thing can be there, these suture lines can be straight. Second thing can be that these suture lines can have grooves or depressions, simple grooves or depressions known as your saddles and lobes. Now what happens, these saddles and lobes, they are further divided into outer, secondary, superior, inferior, auxiliary and inner saddles and lobes. We'll be looking at them in the next lecture. So just now have a look that first thing can be this, that these suture lines can be straight. Second, they can have lobe and saddle. The third possibility is that these saddles and lobes can have another grooves or depression into themselves. Okay, at the first case, if this is your saddle and lobe, this is simply saddle, this is lobe. Now what happens, in the lobes there are another grooves are formed. Okay, if this is your saddle and this is your lobe, then see, another groove or depression is being formed. Okay, just have a look here. These are the saddles and these are the lobes. In the lobes, have a look, there are several grooves formed here. Okay, so this is third type of category where there are several grooves found in the lobes itself. And now in the fourth category, what happens, there are several grooves in the saddle also, in the lobe also, saddle also, lobe also, in the saddle also, lobe also. Okay, so both in the saddle and lobe there are different grooves found in themselves. Have a look here. This is the saddle and this is your what, lobe. You can have a look that there are several grooves found in the saddle as well and in the lobe as well. So these are four type of suture lines which can be found in different shells. Okay, now there are four categories of these suture lines. The first one is your nautiloid, second is your gonadotic, third one is your serratic and fourth one is your ammonite. Now in the nautiloid shells, what happens, these are straight suture lines. Have a look, these are straight suture lines, there are no grooves or depressions found in them. Then you have your gonadotic. In gonadotic, what happens, there are several lobes and saddles, but in simple one. Okay, just like this, simple lobes and saddles. Then in serratic, you have grooves in your lobes. Okay, like this. If this is your saddle, then this will be your lobe. Saddle, then this will be your lobe. Saddle, then this will be your lobe. So different grooves will be found in your lobes. So this is your serratic. Now in ammonite, what happens, both in the saddle and lobe the grooves are found like this. This is your saddle, this is your lobe. Saddle, lobe, saddle, lobe. Have a look here, several grooves. I think this is not properly visible here, I'm sorry, but I'm telling you, these are saddles and lobes and both grooves are found in the saddles and lobes as well. Okay, now have a look, this is a nautilotic shell. You can have a look that there are straight suture lines. Okay, so there are no grooves or depressions, there are no saddle and lobes. So in nautilotic shells you have simple straight suture line. Alright, then you have a gonadotic shell. Have a look, in the gonadotic shell what happens, there are lobes and saddles found. Okay, so this is your aperture, so the depression or the ridge towards the aperture is known as your saddle, and so this is your saddle and then the depression is known as your lobe. So you can have a look, there are simple saddles and lobes are found in this shell, in a gonadotic shell. Okay, now the next one is your serratite shell. In a serratite shell you can find that there are several grooves found in your lobes. Okay, at first we have this saddle and lobe, saddle and lobe, then after then we have several grooves found in your lobe as well. Okay, this is your lobe and have a look, there are small depressions in them, small grooves in them. Okay, they are not properly visible, but here there are many grooves found in your lobe as well, like this. If this is your saddle, then this is your lobe, then there are depressions in the lobe. Then this is your saddle, this is your lobe, then there are again grooves in the lobe. Okay, so this is your serratic shell. Then you have your ammonite shell. Now in ammonite shell what happens, there are grooves in the saddle and lobe, both of them. Okay, so if this is your saddle, then there are grooves, then in the lobe as well, then saddle, then lobe, then saddle and then lobe. So this continues. Have a look,
if this is your saddle, then there are grooves, then again there are grooves. So there are grooves everywhere, in the saddle also, in the lobe also. So at first we have saddles and lobes, then we have saddles, then groovy lobes, then saddle, and then groovy lobes, like this. And further, what we have? We have grooves in both the saddles and lobes. So groovy saddles and then groovy lobes. So this case is with ammonotic shells. Okay. So with this, we have done the four most important categories under the suture lines of external morphology in cephalopods. After these things, we'll have a brief look at the saddles and lobes nomenclature. Okay. Thank you so much. And whatever the doubts you're having, you're free to ask me in the comment section. Thank you, guys.